This is the second straight year that we have partnered with Coaches versus Cancer here on the Big Ten Network. They have an amazing auction going on for the next 4 days. It includes game experience opportunities, behind-the-scenes stuff, tremendous golf opportunities as well, a chance to play some renowned courses, in many cases to play them with college coaches. You can check it all out, cvcexperienceauction.org, or you can scan the QR code, which is going to be on the screen during this next interview. It is our big interview with the head coach of Illinois, Brad Underwood, also the incoming chair of the National Council for Coaches versus Cancer. Coach, really appreciate you joining us. I know you're literally coming right off the practice court to do this, so really love the fact that you're able to squeeze us in. Give people a sense of Coaches versus Cancer and the scope of this organization and why it's so meaningful to you.
Yeah, Dave, and I appreciate it, and happy Thanksgiving. Cancer's touched everybody, and friends, family, counterparts, and Coaches versus Cancer is 30 years old. Norm Stewart started it. We just celebrated our 30th year, and the one thing we've done is we've raised over $155 million for cancer research. And then there's been a unique likeness between the golf world and helping raise money for events. But coaches all over are using their platforms, using their connections in the corporate world, using their connections with alumni. So many people have taken on doing local events as well as the national scenes, and all to benefit the American Cancer Society, Coaches versus Cancer. And again, we're really proud that, we're in a position to raise hundreds of millions of dollars to help this dreaded disease. And we're a lot more than coaches, and coaches are stepping forward to this challenge. And I'm excited to take over for Lon Kruger, who I've got huge shoes to fill. He did an incredible job for years, championing this cause, and I'm excited to be a part of it and take over for him here the next couple of years.
Well, it has really struck me in the last couple of years as I've gotten a chance to kind of see some of these events on the periphery, just how wonderfully the coaches work together on this. And this auction is a huge indicator of that, Brad. I mean, just looking through it, and again, we would encourage people, there's the QR code as well as the website there on your screen. I mean, there are some incredible experiences here. Give people a sense for this auction and some of the stuff that they can do.
Well, and I do hope everybody goes to the QR code and you get to see a different side of coaches. Yeah. So many times you just get to see us on the sideline, and whether it's a golf outing, and there's a lot of those, or more importantly, it's the game day experience. And so many of the coaches in the Big Ten have given to their time, their accessibility to a game day experience. I know we've got one with Maryland, and you get the full meal deal. You get the shoot around and see what all the preparation is. You'll hear the scouting report. You'll go to pregame meal with our guys. You'll see what they do before the game and behind the scenes, and access to the locker room, and then you're sitting right behind the bench, and that's a unique experience that very few get, and yet so many coaches have stepped forward and said, this is a great thing, and we can raise a lot of money. We're trying to raise north of $125,000 minimum this year just on these game day experiences, and then there's rounds of golf, as you mentioned in the opening, some elite courses with some of these coaches, and you see a different side and away from the basketball side, and it's well worth the money spent and raised to take part in these things.
And I just want to reinforce what you were saying about the game day experience, because I can just say, as you know, a friend of mine did the game day experience at Illinois last year, and you guys rolled out the red carpet. I mean, for people to understand, this isn't just tickets to the game. I mean, you spend the entire day with the team. You're going in the locker room. You're going over the scouting report, the shoot around, all that stuff. I mean, it really is amazing for people who are passionate fans to get a chance for what a team goes through on game day. So again, cannot emphasize enough what a wonderful cause this is for. Again, it can maybe be a gift for someone in your life as well as we head toward the holiday season, and really appreciate everything that you are doing and that all the coaches are doing. And if you're a Big Ten fan, again, it's not just Illinois. Like, go down the list. Virtually every Big Ten school has something on here. So check it out. Again, scan the QR code or head to the website that is on the screen, cvcexperienceauction.org. All right, Coach, I do want to talk to you a little bit about your team. You're off to a really nice start, 4-1, the only loss being to Marquette. How would you compare kind of where you are as a team right now to where you expected to be as a team?
Yeah, I think we're probably ahead a little bit. We've got some new faces. I think one of the challenging things, I think we played obviously the Marquette game was one we let slip away. We had a lead late. But we've had a kind of a hobbled Coleman Hawkins. We've set him out the last couple. I think that's been a little bit of a challenge. He's getting healthier by the day. Getting new faces in. And I think we've been very, very good on the defensive side of things. I think we're growing offensively every single day. And again, we've seen some Oakland, who's a very, very good mid-major team, took Ohio State right down to the wire, and they've been excellent. And then obviously the Marquette, we got a great little sample size with Kansas in an exhibition game for Maui. So I'm pleased with where we're at, but we've got a very high ceiling, I think, and I think we're a long way from reaching that.
You guys obviously got Terrence Shannon back. You mentioned Coleman, and he's been banged up. But those two coming back was a huge part of your offseason. Terrence is off to a really good start. Give us a sense of what you've seen from him. It feels like both ends of the court, he's playing at a really high level.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, Dave, because defensively, I think Coleman's been just electric. I think he's been as good a player as I've coached on that side of the ball. He has just been dominant. He's been committed to it. His leadership is just his comfort. Being a second-year guy with us, he's gotten out in transition. He's rebounding at a much higher clip. And a lot of the points he's scoring aren't out of offense. They're coming in ways that he didn't score a lot last year. So I'm really pleased with that. Marcus DeMosk has been another guy, a newcomer from Southern, that's really stuffed the stat sheet. He had a great game against Marquette in a big boy game, and the other night he had 9 rebounds and he facilitated. He's playing all over the court for us. We're starting to see Dane Deja round back into shape. So, but it all starts with Terrence, and he's been, in my opinion, one of the best two-way players in the country thus far.
You guys have a game coming up Friday here on the Big Ten Network. It is against Western Illinois, which is a place where you spent a decade as an assistant coach. So what does this game mean to you, Coach?
Yeah, it's the first time we've played them, and again, they're having a nice year, and it's a place I spent 10 years. I've got great friends. It's been one of the joys of being the coach at Illinois is so many of those Macomb people and friends that we have been able to come over to games and stayed connected. And again, all 3 of my kids were born there. My wife taught school in Good Hope, and so we've just had a kind of a wonderful reacquaintance with so many of those people in our time back here at Illinois. And now we get them in a game, and Jeff Alexander on my staff was a player there. So, it's a game that's got a little extra incentive. It's fun. It's going to be very challenging, but again, not very often do you get to play a place that you spent so long at. And we'll do that on Friday night at 8:00.
Well, we are looking forward to that one. Again, Coach, thank you so much for taking the time out today to talk about CVC in this auction and all the great stuff that fans can bid on and help a wonderful cause. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family, and look forward to seeing you guys back out on the court on Friday.
You got it. Thanks, Dave, for all you do. And go to the QR code, please. And it's the experience of a lifetime. Everyone will enjoy it no matter where you're at.
Absolutely. Thanks again, Coach. The dramatic conclusion